Hello, hello, hello. My name is Ines. Welcome to my YouTube channel. It's windy. I have the door open. It's really nice. You can see the wind move and stuff. Anywho, so I am starting to do more episodes on what is energy and emotions. So I just did one where we just kind of have a quick introduction into the importance of emotions and what is a soul, and this will be a follow-up to that. I want to talk more about actually journaling about your emotions, and this will help us understand the importance of our emotions. So, quick overview: emotions are energy in motion. So the more that you learn to regulate and use your emotions, the more that you can actually manipulate energy, and it's universal energy. People don't understand the importance of emotions because God is love. I have an episode where I talk about unconditional love, the importance of love without limits, as well as in that episode I read aloud Albert Einstein's letter to his daughter about the universal force of love, which is the most powerful universal force we have yet to even try and understand, and even that we don't understand. So everything about our universe is energy. Energy is experienced on a physical level through emotion. One of the reasons why Earth is a spiritual school is because of the way that we experience emotions. We learn with our emotions. It's almost like each emotion we experience is a level of expansion to our soul selves. So if you want to look at it on a soul level, the older your soul is, the more lives it's lived, the more emotions it's experienced. And the more emotions it's experienced, the more it can manipulate, understand, and see energy. I'm a very, very, very emotional person. And earlier when I was trying to figure out, like a year or some ago, when I was trying to figure out what is my purpose in life. I know I'm spiritual, I know I'm smart, but like, what the hell is it? And my guides kept telling me emotional support dog, emotional support dog. I always felt that like my sensitivity, although I knew I was an empath and I could really like literally read people's minds with how strongly I feel their emotions sometimes, I still don't quite understand how to make it teachable. Like, how do you teach energy? How do you teach emotions? The science world is just starting to understand the importance of emotions when it comes to programming your mental health. And a good example I can give you is when you're a child and you're going through the tantrum stage, some of us never learned how to properly regulate our emotions or feel out our emotions, which actually affected the way that our mentality, our thought process was programmed as we got older in life. And now a lot of us are healing our inner child to be able to better regulate and understand our emotions. So in my personal opinion, emotions come first, mental health comes next, and then physical health is affected third and last. Your energy is held on together with your soul. The soul is, in plainest terms, almost like an electrical source that allows electrical currents in the form of emotions to go through your body. This soul is something that we get from God, from the Creator, and it's almost like when He creates us, He gives us a piece of His soul or His source, and that is what fuels and powers our bodies. Because of colonization and religion, we never really got to properly understand what a soul is. We never got to understand mental and emotional health. And now we're kind of, not only have we slowed down our soul expansion and the spiritual with the spirituality within us, our spiritual health, which is the Holy Trinity, which is the mental, emotional, and physical. And that is what makes us us. So the importance of emotions. So I do have here instructions on how to understand your emotions and duality. Embrace your shadows. Your emotions, every emotion has two sides to it. It has light and it has the dark, the shadow side. You can look at anger. Anger is very much thought of as a dark shadow emotion, violence, all of that. However, when you actually understand what anger is at a mental health level, it means that you want there to be a change, therefore you are angry at it. When you understand that, anger isn't actually that bad. It's the way that we react or use it that can be bad. And that really goes for all emotions. If you look at love and light, if you look at always being happy, it can have a downside too. You can end up, if you constantly preach love and light, you are not acknowledging any sort of oppression or trauma or unfairness that people have lived through in the past. And when you aren't aware of this, you can actually make your actions worse. Okay, so we're gonna look more internally. We're not gonna look externally to other people. This is all about our own internal judgment, our own internal growth and expansion, our own inner knowing. So I highly suggest that you get a journal anytime you're triggered by anything. Before you react, write about it. What triggered you? What was the situation? Describe it as much as you can. Then you're going to want to look at any emotions that you felt, write those down. You can even write down why you felt those things. When you look at how you feel about the situation now, write that down as well, and then analyze it. Do you still feel the same? Do you feel worse? Do you feel better? Do you wish you reacted differently? Do you wish you could have said something that maybe you didn't necessarily have the courage to say? Write it all down. Then what you're going to be doing is getting to know your emotions. You're going to look through your journal as often as you can, and you're going to start seeing some sort of pattern, some sort of the same type of emotions, or perhaps the same reaction of emotions around similar or even very different situations. And that is kind of how you can figure out what emotions are leading the way. The reason I say this is because a lot of people don't realize that anything to do with like the law of rhythm, vibration, of frequency, attraction, manifestation, that's all emotions. If you really think about it, it's all emotions. When you're in a self-victimization mentality, you tend to attract more of that. When you are sad, you tend to attract things that continue making you sad. When you are happy, you tend to avoid things that would make you unhappy. So everything is led by emotion. When you start actually writing down or just acknowledging your emotions, you're going to see why your life is the way it is simply through the way you feel. A lot of us don't have the capacity or ability to properly regulate our emotions, and this is where the journaling and paying attention to your emotions is key. There is more to it, but I'm going to leave it at that. The next few parts, we're going to go into detail about recognizing, getting to know your emotions, understanding your emotions, and literally talking to them in order to process them. Obviously, if you want, get a head started on it now, but until then, Get your journal out anytime you're triggered, anytime you feel anything, even like in the morning, afternoon, at night, however often you can. Write down all of the emotions you're feeling, and you're going to realize you feel a lot more emotions than you don't. Okay, that's it. Have fun journaling, have fun experiencing your emotions. Right now, I understand a lot of people are going through some not so nice emotions, and it's important for you to feel these not nice emotions as much as it is for you to feel the good emotions. And that is the importance of the power of duality. Feel everything. Don't hold something down just because it's not pretty. Don't think you're a bad person for feeling a certain way, and most definitely don't feel any sort of shame, because that feeling of shame of, well, I don't want to feel this way, that makes me a bad person, is literally what got us to emotional and mental unhealth. So don't do that. Process, regulate everything, and don't ever feel shitty for having emotions. It's all energy. And the more emotions you have, probably because you've experienced more out of life. Okay, that's it. I love you guys, and see you in the next one.